in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of...
And he was fouled in the act of shooting.
Boy, they are passing the ball very...
And their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. 1:53 left here in the first quarter. There's a screen by Noel. The feed now to Smith. 5 on the clock. Lets it go. Rebounded by Jackson.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Lukovsky, guarded by Jackson. Smith the pass to Embiid. Smith outside. Embiid the screen. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. First in scoring, first in steals, and he's a devastating finisher on the inside. The best field goal percentage in the league.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Sticking too much.
The shot is off, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. The drive by Smith puts it up from 7, and it's Noel missing.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
No good from Jack.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Smith outside. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. The 76ers making a change here. Marshall's checked in. Then for the Nets, Chris Kamen's checked in for Lopez. And it's Bogdanovich in for Jarrett Jack. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. It's deflected. Grant, that's good. Grant's got his first 2 points.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 34-point game against Atlanta.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Good if it goes. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
Free points at the buzzer.
And that's head coach Lionel Hollins tell you he's still got a good sense of humor. I still don't think that Coach Hollins is anyone to be trying. Net players would agree with me on that one.
Oh, yes, I know they've got that one figured out. And I do, too, as a matter of fact. The last thing anybody on the team better be doing is laughing at Lionel Hollins. Just ask Darren Williams.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Yes, sharpshooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
Robert Covington out there with Kendall Marshall. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Carl Landry. And it's Wade in at the 3. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He ended up with 34 points and seemed to have a hand in every defensive stop. Good numbers for him in both the steals and blocks columns. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Here's Johnson. Finished off the break. Johnson's got 6.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
So both teams changing it up here. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Covington. To the inside. Okafor. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Screen by Young. Here's Jackson. The long distance three is buried. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And they double up Jackson. Johnson outside. Just 4 to shoot. Jackson drives in. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Defended by Jack. Off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. So both teams changing it up here. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Brooklyn ahead, running away with it. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I've got Joe, and you started out with...
Hey guys, we've really taken the life out of this crowd, but I still want to talk to you for a minute. These are the types of halves where we are helping ourselves out by making clean passes. They haven't caused us too many problems in the passing lanes to this point, but we still have a half of basketball to play. If there was a real positive to be found, it was in transition. We made some really quick, sharp outlet passes and got some easy buckets on the break. That's where they might be most vulnerable. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Some fantastic numbers here for Jackson. He's got 24 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in from 3, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Jackson in at point guard. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position. Okafor gets the bucket.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Outside Jackson.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Lopez a screen. Jackson misses. The 76ers trail by 18. Here's Lukovsky. Can't get it to go. Good D by Hardaway. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, When you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Outside Jackson. It's stolen. And here comes the break. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The 76ers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Both good from the line that time. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Jackson is doubled. Johnson dishes to Lopez. Good. Lopez has got 5 now.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Covington kicks to Landry. Pass to Okafor. Clock at 6. Dishes it to Covington. Banked in off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Outside Jackson. From deep. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Okafor's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Guarded by Jackson. The dish to Okafor. Lets it go with a 3. That is good. 10 points for him.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
From deep three-point range, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Lukovsky defended by Young. Here's Lukovsky. And again, it's Philadelphia. Lukovsky. Jackson with it. He's got 26. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And the Nets miss again.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Here's Lukovsky. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that could have brought him back in this game. Everything had to start dropping. And boy, have they gotten on a roll.
And the basket by Jackson.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sixers dancers. One more time.
Let's take a look at some of the leaders of the NBA. These point guards have been shooting lights out during the last month. Freak number 1.
And that percentage is what you'd expect to see from your big man. I mean, to get it from a guy who spends most of his time on the perimeter says a lot about his efficiency.
He has been absolutely deadly from the field, and that's because he's just as good at creating his own shots as he is at getting shots for his teammates. He knows how to find the open looks.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And a new group in for the Nets. Chris Kaman's checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Johnson. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Hardaway. Brooklyn leading by 8. And here is Jack. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Jackson misses.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
To the inside, Noel shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Jack. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Outside Jackson. Steps back and fires. Nice jump shot. Good. Jackson's got 30.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Embiid with a screen on Jack. Embiid, the best in OL, shoots from the block. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Smith dishes to Embiid and stolen by Kaman. Throws it up high.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
The 76ers trail by 12. Smith up top, defended by Jack. Jack against Smith. Poked away. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc.
Every dime is a flake.
Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Robert Covington out there with Embiid. Then it's Smith. Then there's Okafor. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Philadelphia's gotten off 4 shots from 3-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Okafor with the screen on Jack. Feeds to Okafor. Embiid sets the pick for Smith. Clock at 6. For the 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. Hardaway comes in for Jarrett Jack. Now Jackson. Young outside. Takes the 3. And it's rebounded by Covington. The 76ers trail by 16. He dishes it to Landry. He's guarded by Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Okafor with the screen on Jackson. Rebounded by Jackson. Brooklyn leading by 16. Here's Hardaway. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and he lays in the alley-oop.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that he still chose that conservative finish there, just making sure he got the deuce.
Here's Covington. He's guarded by Johnson. Pulls up, high post, and it comes off the front of the rim. Nets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Right side Hardaway. Here's Young. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
Young with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Brooklyn leading by 22. Lopez a screen.
Move the ball.
Here's Jackson.
Too much.
Can't get it to go. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Guarded by Jackson. Shot from 12. The shot will not go. Brooklyn with the ball. A big stretch here going 10-2. Step back shot. Drained for 2 points. Jackson's got 32 points in the game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Landry a screen on Jackson. Covington in the corner. Fires from deep. Count that one.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Now the pass to Jackson. Six on the shot clock. Okafor with the steal.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Guarded by Jackson. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Okafor gets the bucket.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Puts it up from 17. Outside Jackson. The 19-footer is on the money. Jackson's got 10 points in just the second half.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Jackson. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. And Marshall kicks to Smith. Pass to Okafor. He feeds it to Marshall. Pick by Okafor. Smith outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Okafor sets the pick for Smith. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Jackson. Brooklyn with the ball. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. To the left side wing. Here's Kaman. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Marshall kicks to Smith. This one for 3. No good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which...
Good win, good win, good win. Oh, yeah.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then. Overall, great game.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. And be sure to vote on your top 2K TV WoW Alley-Oop of the Week. Tune in now. Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star.
Okay, we're going to get up and down now. I need you all to compete at a high level. Coaches. Good luck, good luck. Go, shot.
Come on, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up.
Corner, Phil. I got you. Here we go. Get it going. Come back. Go screen. Got you. Corner. Back up. You got nothing. Corner. You got nothing. Look on. You got nothing. Weak side. Got it, ball. Back up. You got it out. Make sure the pitch down there. Spot. I got shooter. Skip. Ball. Right side. What? Ball. Right side. Get it going. Here we go. Get it out quick. Let's go. I got ball. Hey, yo, don't let Joe shoot those threes. Corner. Next screen, I got you. Here we go. Get it going. Corner. Get on Joe. You got it out. Make sure the pitch down there. I got shooter. Spot. I got shooter. I gotta get the rebound. Gotta get it. Quick out. Big rebound. Let's get it. Pitch here. Corner. No shot! Another one. Corner. Phil. Here we go. Get it going. Back. Go screen. Got you. Flash the ball. I got you, screen. Use me. Corner. Hey, Joe. Get out. I'm good. You stay. I got him. Spot. I got shooter. I gotta get the rebound. Gotta get it. Quick out. Big rebound. Let's get it. Pitch here. We go back up. You got it out. Make sure the pitch down there. I got shooter. I'm outlet. I got bag. You're big. Jackson! Get the ball! New play. Yep. Come on now, let's go.
Yo, get on Joe!
That's yours, Young. You got it out. Make sure the pitch down there. I got shooter. I'm outlet. Sport, fellas, get the sport. Pitch here. Spin back on the feet. Shooter, no! Go low.
D up on Johnson.
Don't leave Jared open. Yo, get on Joe! Get on Joe!
All right, guys, come on. Get to a basket. Let's shoot some free throws. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.
The 2K.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. And for Philadelphia, they've been going through a bit of a rough stretch. Dismal record over the last 10 games, just 2-8. Nothing seems to be going their way right now. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, If you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia at power forward, Carl.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Taking a look at Philadelphia. With more or less half of the NBA season in the books, things have not been going their way.
Kevin, I have not been able to quite identify what the problem's been for this team, but obviously neither have they because they continue to struggle. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's been a dead end.
Yeah, an effort, to your point, really not the issue. But you do have to wonder whether or not they have the right pieces to the puzzle, or at least have them in the right places. So some adjustments are going to have to be made, and I think that's going to be the challenge for this coaching staff.
Look at the 76ers starting group.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Andrew with the screen. Okafor against Lopez. And it's Okafor missing. Outside Jackson. Soft touch off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night. On defense, the Nets. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The pass to Landry. Here's Covington. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Left side Jackson. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Dishes it to Landry. Picked by Okafor. It's tipped. The drive by Jackson. And it's good. Jackson's got 10.
Beautiful reverse. He got his glide on and left the D in the rearview mirror.
Pass to Landry. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Okafor. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Okafor's got his second bucket of the game to go. Brooklyn leading by 6. On the wing, Jackson. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. From 11 feet away, again, the Nets for 2.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Here's Covington. Here's Lukovsky. Great touch on the 16-footer. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who is able to talk with Byron Scott.
Kevin, he knows they're facing a team that can really do some damage at the rim. They're hoping to salvage a win against them this season. And he said the key will be controlling the paint and preventing those close-range opportunities. We'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks again, Doris. All alone. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Assist from.
The Nets have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Right side Jackson. A beautiful reverse layup. Jackson's got 16.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
And Philadelphia has possession. Trailing here by 8. Here's Lukovsky. The shot no good. Good defensive work there by Young. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. There's the basket and making a double-digit lead.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far. Stretching the lead into double digits already.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel run through Jackson. Coach putting the pressure squarely on his shoulders by asking him to be the key man in the offense. It's not something they ask of him every game, but when they do, he can usually handle it. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Thanks, Doris. 1:22 left to play in the first quarter. And Marshall kicks to Embiid. And it's sent back by Kaman. Outside Jackson. Here's Robinson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Nets?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Nets leading by 12. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
76ers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Embiid the screen. Marshall passes to Embiid.
What are you doing? Stay down. Stay down.
Thomas Robinson. That's his first personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Joel Embiid at the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. 26 seconds left to play here in the first. The drive by Jackson. And he gets it to go. Jackson's got 18 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Smith. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
1 second left. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well. Just about 75% from the line.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys. But it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Brooklyn ahead, up by 15. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp. Not much stagnation at all on offense.
In for Robinson. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Joe Johnson. Hardaway's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Jackson in for Jarrett Jack. Jackson in at point guard. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
76ers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Chris Kaman is checked in for Brooklyn. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grant's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now, here is Landry. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
On the wing, Jackson.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got 22 points.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He had 35 points, and that was just the start of it, notching a triple-double for his effort in what was quite a display from him. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
Here's Jackson. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Plays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got 24.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Marshall's checked in. He dishes it to Okafor. Now, here's Marshall, guarded by Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Covington from the arc. Tries again. And Okafor with the layup. Okafor's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The offense really coming around here in the second.
It's about rhythm, Clark. They're up above 50% now for the game. And you'll take that on any night. And defensively, there's still some work, though, they're going to have to shore up.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Marshall dishes to Okafor, and that one's good.
Now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
For Philadelphia, they have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Embiid, he's checked in for Carl Landry.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw good, Okafor. Brooklyn leading by 12. Jackson drives in. Knocks it loose. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Rebounded by Jackson. Johnson left side with 1 on the clock. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. That'll do it for the first half. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Lukovsky, guarded by Hardaway. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Jackson's got the ball.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And Okafor slams it in.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
The drive by Jackson. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That is his first foul of the game.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Thomas Robinson, who's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Passes it to Covington. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the miss by Thomas Robinson. Another miss by Philadelphia.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Covington kicks to Landry. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lukovsky. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Jackson drives in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Bogdanovich is checked in for Brooklyn. Jack comes in for Hardaway. Here's Lopez. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Smith. Clock is at 3. It's stolen by Smith. And now the 76ers on the break. Wade, right side. Good on the 13-footer.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
It's Jackson with the drive. And he gets it to go. Jackson's got 30 points.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center.
And here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been on fire over the course of the game. Number 1, the Nets.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Embiid, he's checked in for Carl Landry. Brooklyn leading by 15. It's Jackson with the drive. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Jackson's got 32 points in the game.
Some guys will try to overpower you at the rim, but he likes to elude you and trick you. He's got quickness and a soft touch.
Stolen by Jackson. Tipped away. And Bogdanovich kicks to Lopez. Right side Jackson. And the rejection by Noel. Feeds it to Embiid. Out to the right wing. Noel down low. Robinson on him. Excellent D that time from Robinson. The drive by Jackson. No good. Excellent D from Wade. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on D or late on their rotations, and they paid a big price for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And a look now at the last month for the Nets. How do they stack up in the league statistically over that time frame? First in shooting percentage, first in free throw percentage, and they're also ranked number 1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 32. Shot clock at 6. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The 76ers trail by 19. Smith outside. And it's Grant in the corner. Misses the 3.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Robinson. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Smith. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and check.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Nets leading by 17. Jackson in at shooting guard. Young is out there with Johnson. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Jack in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he gets it to go.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence. And I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
They set the pick. And here's Covington from the arc. No luck. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Outside Jackson. To the middle. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 9 assists now tonight. The 76ers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Defended by Jack. Okafor with a screen on Jack. To the inside. Again, Philadelphia.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Jackson is doubled. Deflects the pass. Shot's good. 6 points for Brook Lopez.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Some changes for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Joe Johnson. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Guarded by Jackson. Good defensive work there by Young.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Softly drops in the floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Nets leading by 22. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Screen by Young. Jackson kicks to Lopez. Excellent D there from Okafor.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Covington's shot is off. The Nets have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Covington in the corner. Picked by Okafor. Up off the screen. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
It's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. The drive by Jackson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Jackson's got 34.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Here's Lukovsky. Tries again. The rebound by the Nets. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Stolen by Landry. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Covington. A 3-ball. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's tipped. Lopez covering. It's deflected. Outside Jackson. On the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
One shot. Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. And a new group in for the Nets. Chris Kaman is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Young. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Left side Jackson. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Jackson's got 11 in the second half. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Smith outside. He feeds it to Marshall. There's a screen by Noel. And Marshall kicks to Noel. Stolen by Robinson.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And they took control of this season series matchup from the get-go, making every play they needed to en route to winning all 4 of their games this year against the 76ers.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Jackson. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again. And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
Here's Wade. The teardrop falls in.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. Now here's Jackson. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basket.
What a play. Hey.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny.
Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals.
Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently. The coaching staff will be around if you need anything.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Brooklyn Nets. And for Brooklyn, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now.
I never.
But the makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Raptors swing into this game as part of their continuing road trip. Things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
And when I look at Toronto, they've pressed all the wrong buttons this season. It's been a series of one failed move after another, on and off the court.
Well, perhaps they can finish the season on a high note and erase some of the bad vibes and memories they've already created.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Lowry against Jackson.
Come get it, come get it.
Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Carroll in at the 3 slot. Now, here's DeRozan. Nice job coming off that screen.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Jackson against Lowry. Now here's Jackson. Not a lot of room. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Pass to Carroll. Finished off the break.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And Toronto has possession. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
Lowry, rebounded by the Nets. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
How about the rhythm they got into offensively there? But no doubt in my mind what the result was going to be once they started to click.
Really impressive, partner, because they simply put it on cruise control.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
DeRozan kicks to Gibson. Back to DeRozan. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Jackson in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. And the shot is good.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
For them to be successful, Kevin, he said they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees every time the ball gets in the post. If they don't collapse on their post threats, he knows they're in for a long game. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. And it comes off the front of the rim. Nets leading by 3. An even 3-on-3 break. Lopez sets a screen for Jackson. To the paint. And Young with the basket on the assist by Jackson. Young's got 5 points so far.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now, here's DeRozan. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19. a game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
The Nets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Jackson against Fowler. Jackson drives in, and he dunks it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight. 3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Good. And it's 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
The defender was spinning around like an agitator in a washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one.
Quick look now at some big men that have been rock solid over the past 10 games. The top shooting centers and power forwards in the NBA. Brook Lopez, number 1.
I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
Well, his adaptability is a terrific attribute to have. I mean, he plays his game based on the look the defense gives him. And he's prepared to try anything and do anything in order to get the high percentage shot that he wants.
Here's Scola. Rebounded by Jackson. Nets leading by 4. There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. And they double up Jackson. Left side, Jack. Shot clock at 5. The high post shot. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss. Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
There's 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Johnson outside. Pull from the top of the key. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Raptors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Joseph, the pass to Scola. Again, the miss by Scola.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Jackson dishes to Johnson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there. DeRozan. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Nets lead by 5. Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back. Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Kaman. Johnson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Jackson in for Jarrett Jack. So the Raptors 5 right now. Corey Joseph is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Carroll in at the small forward.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Brooklyn leading by 7. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 39 points and rounded out a solid overall game playing lockdown defense and finding open teammates. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. And it's DeRozan missing.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
And Joseph kicks to Gibson. Now the dish to Joseph. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Sinks the triple. DeRozan's got 9.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Outside Jackson. Johnson down low. Carroll covering. Johnson, good.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
And Joseph kicks to Gibson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Valanciunas. 4th in rebounding. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. I mean, you really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there.
There's a screen by Robinson.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Jackson up top. 12 points for him. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gibson with the screen on Jackson. Joseph, the pass to Gibson.
What are you doing? Stay down. Stay down.
That's his second personal foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Taj Gibson at the line for 2.
No good on that one. So both teams making some changes here. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Feeds it to Jackson. Lopez a screen. Jackson down low. No good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first half of play. Nets out in front, up by 12. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
I'm alongside Coach Casey. And Coach,
getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Jackson. He has 14 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
Raptors trail by 12. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. setting the floor for the Nets. Jackson in at point guard. Young out there with Brooke Lopez. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Outside DeRozan. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
The Raptors shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. He doesn't get the second one. Brooklyn leading by 15.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Jackson with it. Lowry picks him up. Lowry against Jackson. Back to Hardaway. Looking for Young. He gets it there. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists now in this one. Raptors trail by 17. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Out to the wing, and a wide-open look for Valanciunas. The good-looking shot from the wing. Valanciunas has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Jackson against Lowry. It's stolen by Lowry. He dishes it to Carroll from 10 feet out, and again it's Toronto converting.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Let's get the ball inside.
Jackson kicks to Young, and he banks in the layup. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Stolen by Jackson.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is, and it's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
And something we don't see nearly as much as we used to, the finger roll.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Jackson.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Plays it in off the breakaway. Jackson's got 22.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And a good time here to go over our 2K leaderboard and see which point guards have had the hottest hand at the free throw line over the last 10 games. Freak is second.
He's been a model of consistency at the free throw line all season. He's as dependable up there as he is on the floor at any given moment.
Yeah, you know, he runs their offense with tremendous poise, and he brings that same composure with him to the line every time he steps up there.
Johnson in the corner. Jackson against Lowry. kept alive. Robinson nails the baby hook.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Lowry dishes to Scola. To the wing on the left. Joseph, the pass to Scola. Shot clock at 5. A shot by Lowry, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
From deep, Johnson. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive match.
As they split the season series, and you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Jarrett Jack. And the Raptors also making a change. Ross is checked in. Raptors trail by 19. To the paint. Scola down low. Robinson on him. Scola, no luck. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. And the shot is good. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
The drive by Jackson.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
From 13, and he hits the jump shot. Kane's got 6 points.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Dishes to Johnson. Outside Jackson. 11 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 6 points for Robinson.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
On your face for no good reason at all. We in the back.
Brooklyn leading by 21. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got Corey Joseph. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Kane in at the 3, the small forward. Jackson misses. Now here's Joseph. Guarded by Hardaway. Jackson comes over with the double. Kane, the pass to Gibson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Gibson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Raptors. Now here's Jackson. He's tightly guarded. Lots of room. Again, the miss by Jackson. Raptors trail by 19. Pass to Joseph. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Some good play from Valanciunas in this one. 9 points and 1 steal as well. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Jackson comes over with the double. Knocked loose. Stolen by Jackson.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Left side Hardaway. And Young kicks to Jackson. Shoots from the line. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Jackson's got 26 points. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Jackson is doubled and stolen by Kyle Lowry. Got a piece of it. Hardaway with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Hardaway, no good.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Good.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Jackson passes to Hollis Jefferson. The feed to Young. Young off a pick from Jackson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Raptors trail by 15.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. A huge margin of victory for the Nets.
Clark, their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, they had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg.
It's this simple, guys. No rebounds, no rings. We need to dominate the glass. Bigs, get the ball off the rim and get it out to our guards.
On the steals he came up with, they were huge factors in the end result.
And a new group in for the Nets. Chris Kaman is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Scola kicks to Ross. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Jackson with it, picked up by Joseph. Jackson dishes to Bogdanovich. Kaman a string. Clock at 6. Jackson kicks to Kaman. Pulls it from the elbow. Jump shot is good. And the Nets lead by 19.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. Jackson up top. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly.
Hey, all right now. What's up, girl?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
A ton of his points were coming inside tonight.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Much national media love, but Shaq, wouldn't you say he is as solid a post player as you'll find?
You know what? He doesn't do anything with flash and doesn't have the big contract, but he plays like it. I just want to say muchas gracias, papi. He's from Dominican.
"2K Sports" checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. Back to the road tomorrow is this. This is the final game of the Nets homestand. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
And they've had the edge against this team, winning the first two matchups with 4 total on the season. They look to continue that advantage here tonight.
Keep the foot on the gas pedal in that case, Greg. You know what I say. If you can handle that, keep it down, man. Don't let them up. So I'm thinking they're looking for the knockout blow here.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3. Teague against Jackson.
Surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look.
Teague kicks to Horford. There's the pick. The Hawks working the ball around. Out left to the wing, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Picked by Horford. Outside Teague. There's the three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Jackson, buried from 15 feet out. Jackson's got his first basket of the night.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. Hollis Jefferson passes to Hardaway. Over Teague. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Raptors.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Now here's Jackson, following the miss by Al Horford. Back to Jackson. Shoots from the elbow. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Jackson's got his second basket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Teague kicks to Horford. Teague against Jackson. Millsap a screen. Teague for three. Lopez grabs the board.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
Well, it's about rhythm, and they put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jump shot. They might as well be layups with the way they're shooting.
Teague drives in, and Jackson with the block. Young dishes to Hardaway. Teague against Jackson. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway kicks to Jackson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. That's now 8 points for Freak.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Teague trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Detroit.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Nets leading by 6. Jackson with it. 26 points for him last game against Toronto.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Horford kicks to Cephalosha on the wing. Korver. Here's Horford. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
It's Jackson with the drive, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
A nice shot by Teague.
Kyle Korver. Brooklyn timeout call. All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center to welcome to the court, the Nets dancers.
And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the lead. among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. Brook Lopez, number 1.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
Well, his adaptability is a terrific attribute to have. I mean, he plays his game based on the look the defense gives him. And he's prepared to try anything and do anything in order to get the high percentage shot that he wants.
Here's Cephalosha. Chris Kaman making his last shot. Johnson kicks to Cephalosha. Hawks passing it around. The feed to Johnson. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Here's Splitter. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Nets leading by 8. Here's Jackson. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. For Atlanta, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded by Johnson. Schroeder up top. Here's the teardrop.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Nets. They lead by 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Nets' performance. Cephalosha comes in for Mack, and it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Johnson. Horford is out there with Scott. Then there's Teague, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. Here's Jackson. The step back jumper is good. Jackson's got 12 points in the game.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors got the job done. He ended with 26 points, and he did his thing on the defensive side as well, nabbing more than his share of steals. Just numbers that really jump out at you in the box score.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Jackson against T. He dishes it to Scott. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Lopez with the bucket.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
The Hawks trail by 4. Outside T. The dish now to Scott. Cephalosha kicks to Horford. Outside T to the middle. Horford the pass to Scott. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Scott's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's what they have to do more of. They got a great look out of that possession.
It's stolen by Teague. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Teague. 13 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Atlanta. And it's tied up with that one.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
The drive by Jackson. Fires from the line. The shot is off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got one.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Teague drives in. And Jackson with the block. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Nets lead by 2. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. It's been one outstanding game from Jeff Teague.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Brooklyn now, Jackson. He's in at point guard. Young out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. Jackson gets the bucket.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack. But they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
The Hawks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
He hits both from the stripe. The Nets with the lead. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Jackson hits both of them. Now here's Teague. He's got 17. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And Jackson with the block. And they get it back. That's good. Horford's got his second basket of the game.
He was the first one to react to that. That miss, excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And they double up Jackson. Cephalosha with the steal. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. That's good. Horford's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And Teague, here we go. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
Not sure what he's thinking right there. Only need one move on your way to the rim, not multiple moves.
Time now for an injury report.
He said he really bruised his hip out there, and while there's a lot of pain involved, he doesn't see any significant bone or joint damage. We're into the heart of the season now, and that's the last thing this team wanted to hear. That's going to make their winter just a little bit longer, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it, and better than ever.
Greg, I sure hope you're right. I mean, there are just so many uncertainties when it comes to dealing with injuries, though. Let's hope for the best.
Korver kicks to Horford. Ball stolen. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Jackson against T. Shot clock at 5. Jackson has the open look. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
Look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Nets.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting.
And a new group in for the Nets. Chris Kaman is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Young. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Hardaway. Atlanta also making some changes here. Splitter is checked in for Horford. Shelvin Mack comes in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. Got that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Korver. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Outside Jackson. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. From the baseline. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
High-quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
The Nets shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Kaman a screen. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Korver against Johnson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
And the Hawks making a change here. Johnson's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Atlanta's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. They set the pick. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Schroeder passes to Millsap. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
I'll tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide-open shots like that.
Shaq with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. It's Jackson with the drive. He was all alone on that one. Jackson's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Millsap has the open look, and the 3 ball is good.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Jackson. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Jackson's got 12 points in just the second half.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Passes to Splitter. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Splitter's got his second basket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Jackson is doubled. Robinson with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. And finished off by Robinson.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now, here's Schroeder. Defense right on him. To the inside. Splitter. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And not known as a rim rattler. I mean, he's usually kind of rooted to the floor, not elevating to the rim.
Well, great with his length. He doesn't have to go far to get to that
point.
rim.
And I tell you what, guys, he got it right there without a problem.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. The Nets with the lead. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Cephalosha. Johnson is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Scott, and it's Horford in at the center, filling out the middle. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. Dishes it to Young. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Young's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Brooklyn. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Jackson. Schroeder kicks to Scott. Here's Cephalosha. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Jackson, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
The Hawks trail by 7. Scott with a screen on Jackson. Shot off the pick. And it's Schroeder missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Brooke Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Joe Johnson.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Nets leading by 7. Outside Jackson. He kicks to Bogdanovich. Jackson down low. Teague covering. The wide open look here for Lopez. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Korver kicks to Scott. Outside Korver. Back to Scott. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Brooklyn. That's That's off as well, so he misses both.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Back to Horford. And he banks in the layup.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come inside of 5 feet.
And stolen by Scott. Outside Teague. Outside Korver. Feeds to Scott. Teague against Jackson. Teague kicks to Scott. Takes the 13-footer. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 6 assists here tonight. Nets leading by 5. The drive by Jackson. Plays it up and banks it in. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Mike Scott. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Korver against Hardaway. Korver kicks to Teague. He feeds it to Millsap. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
It's Jackson with the drive. The kick out to Young. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Jackson, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
The Hawks trail by 11. Outside Teague. Here's Korver. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got assist number 8 now on the night. Outside Jackson. And Young kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Jackson. The Nets working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young dishes to Hardaway. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. And the Nets lead by 11.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nets.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 3.
Out on top in this series. 3 straight victories in as many games this season against this club. They've done a great job of just playing their best when it has mattered most against the Hawks.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Jackson. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Lopez, and that one's good. Lopez has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And here's Jackson. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution. Real.
What's up, girl?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
Then we have some tips on getting your 2K Pro-Am team ready for Road to the Finals. And be sure to vote on your top 2K TV WoW Alley-Oop of the Week. Tune in now. Check out our interview with Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
You know, it's just great to be a part of something that you grew up playing.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie. About to start.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
So the net starting five. Jackson, he's in at point guard. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the three, the small forward. They get it again. Mahimi's shot is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
On defense, Indiana. Jackson with it. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Atlanta.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
And he gets the bucket.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Out of bounds, Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Here is Miles in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's George after the basket by Brooklyn. Deep two from Hill. Kept alive. Mahinmi kicks to Hill. It's good from long range. Hill's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Here's Jackson, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad. Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
A nice shot by George.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense. He's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Jackson, and it comes off the front of the rim.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. Shot clock at 6. Hill kicks to George. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Jackson. And there's the lay-in. Jackson's got 8 points.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And he gets it to go. Miles has got his first points in this one.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. The pass to Young. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Earlier I spoke with Frank Vogel. This is their second meeting of the year. The first one didn't work out too well. And his focus this time around is keeping them out of the lane and on the perimeter. They have drivers and finishers. He said he wants his guys to make them a jump shooting team. Guys, we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Doris. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And so he hits the technical free throw. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Glenn Robinson III comes in for Carlos Boozer. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Miles. And Ellis in for Hill. The Nets also changing it up. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Young. Johnson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. 6 to shoot. Ellis against Jack. Shoots, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Lopez a screen. Jack passes to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by Ellis. Pacers trail by 3. .44 seconds left in the first. Back to George. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Chris Kamen's checked in for the Nets. And George drops them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And stolen by Stuckey. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it, the fast break chance. That gives them the lead.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Jackson with it, picked up by Stuckey. Here's Jack. Sinks the 15-footer.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do. And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now. And a new group in for the Nets. Lopez, he's checked in for Kaman. Young comes in for Thomas Robinson. Hardaway's checked in for Joe Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Jarrett Jack. So for Brooklyn now, Jackson is in at the point. Young is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard. And that one's good. And that's 11 points for Paul George.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Jackson drives in, goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this stuff.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun. Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks had a huge game. He finished with 36 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's giving himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be... Riding pretty high.
Here's George following the basket by Freak. Dishes it to Boozer. Lets it fly from 18. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Bogdanovich. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now, here is George. He's got 11. On the wing, Stuckey. Pick up by Hill. Feeds it to George. Shot from 16. They grabbed their own miss, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Bogdanovich. 56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Young, right side. Hardaway dishes to Jackson. Screen by Young. Hill against Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Indiana. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win. He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
George against Young. And George kicks to Hill. The shot's good on the assist by George. 6 points for Hill. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. Our movement off the ball has been fantastic. All you need to do is look at our field goal percentage to see that. You can't shoot the ball as well as we have without good movement, and it has been very good. One place we've had success was in the low post on offense. Great positioning. Good job finding the open passing lanes and getting the ball in tight. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Hill and Miles team up in the backcourt. Carlos Boozer out there with Mahinmi. And it's George in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Just 5 on the clock. Hill kicks to George. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Nets. Jackson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Out to Hardaway. The Nets working the ball around now. Hollis Jefferson passes to Jackson. Fires at the elbow. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Screen by Boozer. Hill against Jackson. The 3. Again missing Hill.
Not good shot selection, long range, and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Shot from free throw range, and Jackson gets it to go. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
George dishes to Hill. Shoots it up. Again, missing Hill.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Jackson drives in. And they double up Jackson. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
He's off on the first. Indiana making some changes. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Boozer. And it's Ellis in for Hill. The Nets also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Hardaway. Pacers trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Screen by Ellis. And Miles kicks to George. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Knocked away. To the paint. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Over in the corner, Ellis. No one near him. That's good. Ellis has got 6.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Ellis against Jackson. There's Hollis Jefferson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 6 assists here tonight.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
The drive by Ellis. And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the leading field goal percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. Brook Lopez, number 1.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
Well, his adaptability is a terrific attribute to have. I mean, he plays his game based on the look the defense gives him. And he's prepared to try anything and do anything in order to get the high percentage shot that he wants.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Miles. Chris Kaman is checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas Robinson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Kicks it out to Johnson. Outside Jackson. Goes up on the wing, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Ellis kicks to George. They get it back.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Some fantastic numbers for Jackson. 22 points and 2 steals as well. You know, as tremendous as his stats are, what I've liked most is just the effort he's put into this game.
You want me to close
And
my eyes
Clark,
on this
he's
one
worked
too?
his tail off at the offensive end, and his D, it has been on point.
Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for the Pacers. And a change for the Nets. Jarrett Jack is checked in for Bogdanovich.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming out of the corner.
And here's a look at the stats for Monte Ellis. How last month turned out for him. Points per game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 8. Shoots from 12. George against Robinson. George passes to Hill. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Jack against Ellis.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Now here is Jack. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. And yes, sir, that one drops. Jack's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. He made it look easy that time.
Unloads from 13. And that one's good, Ellis. Ellis has got 10 points in the game. Nets leading by 8. Jackson kicks to Kamen. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game. Ellis dishes to Hill. He kicks to Stuckey. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Outside Jackson. Jackson is doubled. He dishes it to Johnson. Just his first attempt. Here's Robinson, and it's Paul George with the foul. Indiana making some changes. Boozer comes in for George. And George Hills subbed in for Monte Ellis. And the Nets also making a change. Young's checked in. 26 seconds left in the third. And Jack kicks to Young. And it's sent back by Hill. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Young. He's got 12. Just 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Jack's shot is good.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
There's 14 seconds left in the third. Screen by Boozer. Stuckey passes to Hill. 1 second left. And again, it's Indiana converting.
And now, let's hear it for your Ace Man.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Pacers trail by 8. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Jackson in at 2 guard. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Young. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Robinson in at the center position. Now here's Boozer. Back to Stuckey. 5 on the clock, and Jackson with the block. And it's Miles missing. Nets leading by 8. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Hill. And Young kicks to Jackson. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in. The Pacers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Hill dishes to Stuckey. Here's Boozer. Indiana again missing. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Young. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. 14 points here for Thaddeus Young. For Indiana, they've gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. Jack against Hill. He feeds it to Miles. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Outside Jack. Jackson up top. He's guarded by Stuckey. Outside Jackson. Kicks it to Jack. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
The let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get a stop. Get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Lopez a screen.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Jackson against Hill. Pulls it from the elbow. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Outside, George. To the wing on the left. Miles the pass to George. Softly drops in the floater.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Robinson. Here's Lopez. That's good. Lopez has got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
And the basket good. 10 points for Hill.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Here's George. Following the basket by Brooke Lopez. Screen by Boozer. Back to George. Wide open look. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 5th assist in this one.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last games.
The Nets making a switch here. Young's checked in. Stolen by George. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
George having a fantastic game. He has 15 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set up some more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
And George drops them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent and a percentage to match.
18 feet out. Buries the jump shot. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Down low. Here's Miles. That's tipped. There's a minute 47 left in the 4th quarter. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark. That beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt there are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
And so it's Indiana with it. After the basket by Brooklyn. Clock at 6. Left side, George. Another shot. Can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now here's Jackson. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Jackson. Rebound by Mahimi.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Brooklyn.
They really had it going, Clark. Their offense propelled them.
Yeah, in this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Jackson. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Lopez a screen. And Young, here we go. Passes it to Jackson. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. Tell us what this means to the team. You guys really played hard and earned this.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, he showed us just...
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! All right, guys, bring it in. We're going to shift to some late-game situational drills now. We need to do a better job of closing teams out late. Coaches, set it up.
Got ball! Cross screen, go over it! Go!
All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently. The coaching staff will be around if you need anything.
I like Paul Millsap. I think he's underrated. I think his value to the team. There's a bunch of guys on that Atlanta team that's underrated. You know, Teague and Millsap. Markieff Morris.
Oh, you've been crying? I don't doubt it. But I'll be the only one putting on a real show.
Yeah, not a vibe anything for everybody. Best start warming up now if you want to be anywhere near my level.
Always a talking freak. See you out there, man.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. The Brooklyn Nets, they want to turn the season series around as they lost their last matchup against the Pelicans.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. Powell is out there with Davis, and it's Cunningham in at the 3 slot. Davis with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Cunningham dishes it to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. And Davis now top of the key. From 15 feet away, and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for New Orleans. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to speak with Alvin Gentry for just a moment. He knows they're up against a team that plays best when they're getting to the rim. He told me that their #1 concern is going to be sliding over to help on any drives and closing up any lanes to the hoop as quickly as possible. Good rotation is key, guys.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here is Cunningham. After the basket by Brooklyn, outside Gordon. Beyond the arc, and he gets it to go. Gordon's got 5 now.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here's Jackson. He picked up 30 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
Now here's Jackson, and yes, sir, that one drops. Jackson's got his second basket of the game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Down low, here's Davis, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Lopez with the bucket.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 5. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Rebounded by Jackson.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Holiday against Hardaway. The tray. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3 ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Now here's Jackson. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Outside Gordon. Here's the screen. From the arc. Rebounded by Jackson. Nets trail by 4. From 17 feet out. And he hits the jumper for 2. Jackson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Indiana.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. there was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And a brief look now at the best rebounders from the point guard position over the past month. Freak is second.
And it may not be the first thing. The all-time point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's no coincidence. The ability to have an impact everywhere on the floor, not just on the perimeter. I think that's what separates a lot of the great point guards from the good ones.
Now here's Evans.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's Hudrick. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Davis. And they double up Davis. High, arcing shot. Ajinça. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call. And the Pelicans making a change here. Pondexter's checked in. Now here's Johnson. Shot from 12. And a big pounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Pondexter from outside. The shot is off. The Nets go the other way with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson with it. Evans picks him up. Here's Kaman. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Johnson against Evans. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a and one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds. Well, I tell you, you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis can hurt you with.
Yeah.
4 for the Nets. Nets trail by 9, so the Pelican 5 right now. Gordon is out there with Hudrick. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. And there's Cunningham. And it's Davis at the 4 slot. And they double up Jackson. He kicks to Kaman. Got a piece of it. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Brooklyn ball.
Here's Jackson. He has 6. Just 4 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Takes a bouncing goes in.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He had 30 points. Really a dynamic force, finding teammates and playing tough D on the other end. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I say it would make it to his greatest hit spot, no doubt about it.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
There's the steal. Davis with a screen on Hardaway. Gordon kicks to Udrich. There's the pick. To the paint. Here's Ajinça. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Outside Hardaway. Back to Jackson. Fires top of the key. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. That's now 8 points for Freak. Pelicans leading by 7. Inside. And it's slammed in by Davis.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Jackson is doubled. Pass to Hollis Jefferson.
New Orleans foul call. Anthony Davis. That's his first personal foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he's kept this percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
I think it's been a disappointing year for him at the stripe, guys. I mean, he hasn't been as productive as he was last season from there.
And he sinks the second.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Udrich can't hit. Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And we've reached halftime in this one. Pelicans ahead, up 10. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Good shots are the priority, not quick shots.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Davis playing very well. He has 12 points and a steal.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Jackson in at point guard. Young is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. Jackson with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Jackson misses. Pelicans leading by 10. Out to the wing. Here's Cunningham. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game. A clear look for Hardaway. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Hardaway has got the first points of the second half up on the board for Brooklyn. Gordon kicks to Davis, and they double up Davis. Gordon goes in. Here's Cunningham, and it's good from the elbow. Cunningham's got 6.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Holiday. Fires from 18. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 8. Again, the points coming from Lopez.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Davis down low. Lopez covering. Cunningham passes to Powell. Lopez with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Jackson misses.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
Good on the shot. 12 points for Eric Gordon.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Well, if you believe that a point guard's defense is just as important as his offense, then these guys have been outstanding lately. The point guard steal leaders for the past 10 games. Freak number 1.
And all those swipes have come for him because of that endless energy with which he plays on the defensive end. I mean, whoever he's guarding, he sticks to them like glue on the perimeter.
You know, for many point guards in this league, defense is an afterthought. He's not one of those guys. I mean, he puts as much into his D as he does into his O.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And Holiday kicks to Pondexter. Jack against Evans. He dishes it to Anderson. Back to Evans. 5 to shoot. Off the screen. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Johnson. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Evans outside. Anderson outside. Back to Evans. Fires the 3. That is good. Evans has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
The drive by Jackson, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And you can tell he's hungry, because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for New Orleans. Udrich comes in for Drew Holiday. Johnson against Anderson. They set the pick. Here's Pondexter. Stolen by Jackson. Ahead. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Jack.
Boy, the fast break has really been good to him here, and they're clicking in transition.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 scores have come from fast break opportunities. They have made the most of their chances.
Evans dishes to Ajinça. Back to Evans. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Jack. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. New Orleans has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for New Orleans.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Davis is checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And Ajinça drops them both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Now Jackson. He's got 14.
Move the
Lopez
ball.
a screen.
Sticking too much. Lopez.
High post try. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They've led by as many as 11 points. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, and the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Pelicans leading by 3. Anderson passes to Ajinça. Evans outside. Shot clock at 6. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Ajinça's got 4 points this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Outside Jack. Now the feed to Jackson. Shot from 16. No good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Pelicans lead by 5. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Nets trail by 5. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. Davis is out there with Cunningham. And it's Powell in at the center position.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defenders something extra to think about.
Oh, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
Jackson against Holiday. Jackson with it. Bullseye. Jackson's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
And there's the pass to Davis. Young with the steal. Here's Robinson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 5 assists tonight. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover. Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Outside Holiday. Knocked away. Stolen by Jackson. And there's the lay-in. Now it's a 5-point Nets lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Feeds to Bogdanovich. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Pelicans trail by 6. Down low. It's tipped. Stolen by Robinson. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Offensive rebound. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Stolen by Jackson. Goes up. Holiday with the block. Cunningham kicks to Holiday. Knocks it loose. No good. Some solid defense from Johnson. And here's Brooklyn. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. Outside Holiday. Dishes it to Powell. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Jackson is doubled. To the middle. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Lopez, he's checked in for Robinson. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. Hardaway is subbed in for Bogdanovich. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Evans is checked in. Cunningham dishes it to Powell. Passes it to Cunningham. Evans kicks to Davis. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Jackson against Howard. Lopez a screen. Jackson misses.
Great move on his way to the bucket there. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Here's Davis. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. Go to the line. It's on Thaddeus Young. It's the first, and that brings them within 2 here. Good on both.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center to welcome to the court. Go, Nets, Dancer!
.137 left in the fourth quarter. Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. Outside Jackson. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Alvin Gentry had some words for his team over that last break. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, you have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Shot clock at 5. Holiday gets the bucket.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
.104 left to play here in the fourth. It's Jackson with...
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
And now we've got the intentional foul. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they double up Jackson. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lopez. The dish to Jackson. Clock at 6. And Young kicks to Jackson. And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
All right, now, I want everyone here in the Barclays Center to welcome to the court.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
Kevin, we have
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Freak. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
Something lit a fire under him tonight. He was getting after it. Every chance he got, he went to the bucket,
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith,
Check out our interview with Pacers All-Star forward Paul George.
It's just great to be a part of